Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the 1 hour time frame. And this red line, this is my red arrow line. I have the red and green arrows of indecision, with the possibility of dumping down to the $31,500 level. Let me move that out of the way because it's in my way. Get out of my way, red line. So we've broken out of our symmetrical triangle. And yeah, I was kind of looking at this right here and didn't look good, and I thought possibly we're just expanding this triangle here. In actuality, I do think that's what we're doing, expanding it and continuing sideways all the way through to the FOMC meeting, marked by this lavender colored horizontal or vertical line. A lot of times that's what we'll do. So when we break out down to the bottom here, we'll also break out to the top here. So we're coming through this dashed center line of this triangle, or parallel channel. Let me get my cursor down here. Breaking through that, we'll probably see I guess sometime before the end of the day, probably a pump up to here. Could be. We shall see. So that's a possibility. The other thing is that, or maybe that even comes Monday. Where is Monday at? Monday's all the way after the triangle. So that would have to be today that we would see a pump up here, possibly. The other alternative is that we simply come back in here. Notice how we are trading along the blue line that I mentioned. Go back and watch the previous video to understand what I'm talking about, and what that blue line is and its significance, because we are trying to break above it. And I think it's a joke, but somebody seems to think that it has some sort of significance. It's not a real line, in my opinion, but the market thinks it is. So what's happening here? This is a fake dump. It's all going to get bought up. It's all going to get bought up, and everybody here is going to lose their coins. At max, they want you all to think that this is the beginning of the dump and it's going to go down here, and it's not. It will not. At most, it'll come like maybe down to the bottom of this parallel channel. But look at that. Look at that volume right there. Oh, where was that? That was right. See, someone was trying to force it through. Someone was trying to force it through right there. And see, I think that's how that's the games that they play. One of the big guys dumped a lot to force it through the triangle to scare everybody, and now they're buying all up here, so they didn't lose out. Well, maybe they will, because I don't think it's going to go down much farther. So see the volume. I don't think they're able to buy back up what they dumped. Either that, or this is short and they're getting liquidated. I don't know what's going on. Something. But we're on a 1 hour time frame. Let's look at a 5 minute. We are. See if 5 minute shows even more clearly. Wait, where was that dump? This dump was the 1400 hour. So let's look back at what happened in the 1400 hour. You know what? I'll take that back. It wasn't just I don't think it was just a single dump. It was just a lot of people dumping, not a person. There was one single one right there. Maybe. Huh. Maybe it's just panic. So, but you can see right here in this 5 minute candle how it came down to 33,469 and it all got sucked up real quickly. So it's going to all get sucked up, and then look at, we're stopping here and coming back up. That's why I believe that there's no way we're going down to 31.5. All right. So don't lose your Bitcoins, okay? Don't lose your Bitcoins, because when in doubt, zoom out. Any little downward movement right now is temporary. Okay, when in doubt, zoom out. If you can see through all these lines, we're going up to where we already came up. Well, I'm not prepared to. We should be on another chart. Let's look at a weekly. I don't know what that green X was. I don't remember right now. I drew so many things. You know what? Yeah, I drew so many things. Let's switch to something else that I drew. Total 3. Let's talk about something I haven't talked about in a while. So there is going to be an I don't have time right now, but I'll just hint at this. There is Green X. Should be the end of December. Yeah. December 25th, 2023. That's where the altcoin crypto market cap will be. Yeah, I made a lot of predictions early in the morning. Where's Ethereum? Green X. That's where Ethereum's heading, up this channel right here. We're going to have a big altcoin correction over the next few months because the altcoins were dumped upon by Gary Gensler in June. I'll show you in the next video how they just took a dump after June and compared to the rest of the market, and they are due for a huge correction. So that's what we're going to see. And that's not what I wanted to do. Bitcoin dominance. I made some estimates of total market caps for all these fields, and it's not that dramatic. Bitcoin dominance. You know what? It's on a different chart. Anyway, Bitcoin dominance to over with all the pumps in the other market and Bitcoin continuing to pump. It'll bring Bitcoin dominance to about 52% by the end of December, where my cursor is. So it's going to start heading downwards like this, just like one of these little ones here. So this was our Bitcoin pump, and then we're going to have a pullback in dominance, just like one of these little ones, to 52% in December. And the rest of the market is going to be increasing compared to Bitcoin, but they're all going to be increasing. Anyway, like, subscribe. See you next time.